Hello guys, welcome back to our podcast Grim Reading Kings, where we talk about anything spooky and strange. My name is Tom, and I'm here with my co-hosts Tamsin and Sammy.
Hi. Sorry, we're waving then. I just realised it's a podcast as well.
You waved on my name.
Yeah, I thought that was That's an old joke. We upload our podcast every Monday, and if you want to watch us, we upload every episode to our YouTube channel every Friday. So we got the one with the picture of us in it is the video, obviously, and then the one with the purple background is the audio, just in case you're confused.
I do rename it so it says podcast at the beginning as well, just to save confusion. But sometimes you might beat me to it. So.
Yeah, I can understand if you're looking at it like, you motherfuckers. I don't want to fucking hear you. I want to see you. We also have a Patreon where we upload a full, uncut, unedited episode every Monday, and a Facebook page where you can join in on the conversations, tell us your stories, and share your thoughts on each weekly episode. All of these are linked in our description, so please do check them all out and subscribe. And if you enjoy these stories, please give us a like and a thumbs up. So welcome back to another Chatty episode, and this one is pretty deep. I searched a lot of different podcasts about this, and some I've done like one I was listening to today. I thought was a one and done. It was 2 hours long, but it's part 1 of 4. It's
my god!
Honestly, the history is immense. So I've took the best snippets I can find to talk about, because there's so many thousands. There's 2,000 years of history.
Hours and hours. You haven't told them what we're going to be talking about.
Oh yeah, but we're talking about the Vatican. So my name is Tom.
My name is Sammy.
And Tamsin.
Where you talk about anything and everything spooky and strange.
In this series, we discuss film curses,
Dark history.
Murder mystery.
local stories,
Chapoke.
Out right now.
That's how you kill someone.
I'm going to do a warning.
actual human skeletons.
Psychopathic tendencies.
The last thing to know is the actual injury.
Right, let's go again. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of shenanigans going on there, to say the least.
Yeah.
Also, if you've ever been there, fucking hell. I learned today that because it's its own city, it has its own money, bank. If you get fired from your job there, you lose your citizenship. So,
good.
Yeah, so they can just so your job is really important there, which I think is probably it.
You must have to do something really bad though to get fired and then banished.
Yeah.
Depends who you are.
Yeah, that's true. Imagine that, just cleaning and just messing up that, and they're like, nope. God damn. I'm sure that's not how they talk over there, but
No, I don't.
Gosh darn it.
dang gummit. So, the Vatican City. The Vatican City is the smallest country in the world by population and size, with a 2-mile city barrier, and is less than 1/8 the size of Central Park in New York. It's minuscule. Well, it's not really minuscule, but...
No, but Central Park must be fucking huge.
Yeah, well, it is. Tamsin, have you been there?
No.
And my brother has. He says it's...
I'm not your brother.
Sure, we sure didn't... Did you beat me when we grew up together? Alright, the Vatican is governed by the Holy See, that's S-E-E, which was founded in the 1st century by Saints Paul and Peter. The Holy See, the government of the Roman Catholic Church, which is led by the Pope as the Bishop of Rome. The word see comes from the Latin sedes, meaning seat, which refers to the episcopal... I can't even pronounce that word. Episcopal?
Yeah.
Episcopal? Chair.
Something like that.
Occupied by a bishop, and the area over which he has responsibility. The Vatican City only came into independence on the 11th of February 1929, which blew my mind.
Yeah, I thought it would be really old.
Yeah, well...
obviously it's an old place, isn't it? But...
slightly old, yeah. Now, just a quick bit of history before we get into what we're really here for. So in 1506, the cornerstone of St. Peter's Basilica is laid. 1512, Michelangelo's painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel are completed and shown to the public for the first time. This took 4 years to complete, and he didn't want to do it due to the pressure of the task. But the Pope at the time pretty much was like, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
I really want to see it, actually.
Yeah. My mate in work has gone over there, and it's fucking nuts.
It's so beautiful.
4 years. I drew like a stick figure in 4 years, I think.
I would have given up. I'd have been after a week, I'd have been like, oh, come on, guys. It's blue. You like blue?
We'll just go in there, it's painted just normal white, just everything. Cheers.
It's an open concept.
So, 1626, St. Peter's Basilica is finished, which still to this day is the biggest church in the world. It's 21,000 square meters.
Tiny.
Now onto the juicy stuff. I actually read that as well.
I can see.
The chief exorcist from the Vatican, the late Father Gabriel Amorth, who served for over 60 years, conducted between 60,000 to 100,000 exorcisms.
So mad.
One said, because again, it's the internet, so you have to kind of like find an in-between ground, but one said as well, he might have done up to 160,000.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's worth noting that Gabriel was born before Vatican City became independent. Also, the recent film, The Pope's Exorcist, with Russell Crowe in it,
Okay.
is based on him. Father Amorth would often speak to the devil about hell. The devil would tell him that the fires of hell are much greater than yours, but are not fire from combustion, but fire of remorse that torments you forever.
Ooh. That's cool.
The Vatican is said to have helped fleeing Nazis escape to South America after World War II.
How dare they?
But worse yet, the Vatican might have helped smuggle stolen items belonging to Jewish families. A man named Bernardino Nogara, who was a financial advisor to the Vatican, is believed to have been a Nazi spy and created an insurance company invested by the Vatican that kept the assets from murdered Jewish families.
Cheeky.
Wow.
Since the Vatican was an investor and not a direct insurer, they didn't have to return any of the money made using this horrible scheme.
Oh my god.
That's so sneaky.
I couldn't believe they make like millions. Back in the day, there's like, you could equate it to like billions today of just, I don't know how they make it. They're just trying to get like hand over fist making money out of different schemes. Fair play.
Cheeky.
It is said that under St. Peter's Basilica, roughly 5 stories deep, is a temple dating back to Roman Empire full of over 2,000 years worth of dead bodies.
Yeah. I believe that.
So St. Peter and Paul, there's one of them, their catacomb, well, their vault was down there, and only recently they discovered that, but no one knows if it actually is their bones or not, because the Vatican are just not going to release it, but it's got inscriptions of him on it. So
Oh, what, on his bones?
yeah,
Or?
on the tomb for his
okay.
down there. They didn't really find it until recently,
Oh.
or they probably knew it was down there, but no one, because obviously you can't go in there.
Yeah.
Go in there.
So they do that with popes, don't they? They do put them in coffins. They have them just so you can go and mourn them.
Yeah.
So they did that. I can't remember which pope it was, but there was just a picture of him just lying in the middle of the church or whatever, and people coming up and mourning him and like kissing him and stuff.
Yeah.
It's quite
quite
intense.
right up until he moves, and then your fucking heart
Yeah,
stops.
Jesus Christ.
Now remember how small the Vatican City is.
Yeah.
The Vatican is holding 52 miles of shelving full of books and manuscripts.
Oh my god.
I think it's over a 5-mile stretch underneath. But yeah, if you count all the shelving and add it up, it's 52 miles of it.
So basically, even though it's quite small, like circumference-wise,
Yeah.
they just dug down.
Yeah, which I think that's where like conspiracies come from. Like, what are they hiding? It just keeps going down and down and down.
Yeah. How far does it go down?
How far does it go down? It not only has writing from the 1st century, but also the missing parts of the Bible that have been removed. So the Old Testament contains 5 books of Moses, but there are actually 7. The other 2 books are said to have been removed and stored by the Vatican. They allegedly contain spells on how to control the weather, humans, and the dead.
Wow.
Why would they remove that?
No, they still have it.
There's also tens of thousands of documents that have yet been catalogued and possibly holding some amazing stories and ideas from different centuries. You can also find King Henry VIII's letter to the Pope for his marriage to Catherine of Aragon to be annulled.
Oh, so Anne Boleyn times.
Yeah, I bet that's just like the first thing you see when you're walking, because it's like the most famous thing that happened to the Pope.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, at that time anyway.
Yeah.
The Vatican is also hiding away the Grand Grimoire? It's like
Grimoire?
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think you're right. Grimoire.
How do you know that word from
Grimoire.
Vampire Diaries?
Which is a very powerful text that holds the instructions to create talismans and summon a demon. For your information, a talisman is usually a ring or a stone that brings good luck and defends against evil. It could also be a rabbit's foot.
Oh, nice. So it's like witchcraft, isn't it?
It is. But I'm just like, again, it's the stone thing with me. Like, do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
What about rabbit's foot? It's not really lucky for the rabbit.
You're supposed to rub it in one of your hands, aren't you? There's like, you're meant to hold it in your hand and rub it with your thumb.
Mm.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Also, like, you're meant to love God's creatures, and rabbits are God's creatures, so why would you cut its foot off?
Yeah. Give me luck. I'll
And then
just
give
take
it
this.
luck to have a bit of death thing on you.
Yeah.
Not sure I understand that one.
No, I might try it though.
Yeah, sure. No, you need it.
Get the pets at home. Now we're going to dive into some relics that may be there. I'll start with the strangest claim to fame: Jesus Christ's foreskin, and
yeah.
and umbilical cord.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they just like taking parts of Jesus. And...
Everyone did it. Right? Just
Mine.
Gotta go.
the actual cross on which Jesus was pinned to, and fragments of the crown of thorns could also be held there. I ruined this for myself by doing my research, but the Shroud of Turin was believed to have covered Jesus when he died, and even resembled Jesus' face as nothing more than a medieval hoax made sometime between 1260 and 1390.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's really not. It looks so cool. Like,
yeah, I remember seeing it years ago, and
And
I was
like
like, oh my god.
it's got to be Jesus.
Yeah.
They still have it there, so it must. I don't know if there's more to it, or they're just like, oh, it's pretty cool because it's still really old, like
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true, it's old.
1260, 1390. The devil himself is hidden away in the Vatican,
Yeah.
but luckily so, is God's real name apparently. So,
What, Lucifer?
no, God's real name.
Is...
Lucifer is devil's real name. So, but down there as well as the devil is God's real name.
Oh, I get you. Sorry, I thought you said
Oh,
the devil
yeah.
is
No.
God's real name. That's how you said it.
So if you have possession of his name, it allows you to control the angels, so they can obviously defend you. That's the myth behind that.
Okay.
Wonder what it might be.
Is it short for something, God? Do you think it's like
Godric.
Jeffrey, Jeffrey, Oscar, Daniel,
Devil.
Devil,
Oh my god.
Diablo?
God or devil. The Philosopher's Stone.
I've
Yes.
seen it.
So what is the Philosopher's Stone?
Well-
I thought it was just a Harry
Well,
Potter
so
thing.
in the film,
I'll tell you.
Voldemort.
It-
Oh, you've got it. Okay,
Yeah. In Western alchemy, or unknown substance, also called the tincture or the powder, sought by alchemists for its supposed ability to transform base metals into precious ones, especially gold and silver.
Oh, I wonder, what, do they just use the stone to whack? And it's like,
Just like hammer through, just mine with it then. I don't know. I guess it's
gonna
like,
go ding, to gold.
I don't know. We should try and get hold of it.
Yeah, how did they do it? I want to know the ins and outs.
There was nothing on how to do it because I don't think anyone's done it.
Oh.
Well,
Then what the...
I'm certain there's no one's done it, but if they have, that'd be pretty fun gold.
Leave a comment down below if you've done it.
Where does gold come from, actually? This is a bit suspicious.
Gold mines.
Oh, you ruined that for me. I thought it was a Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. So the Holy Grail is traditionally thought to be the cup that Jesus drank at the Last Supper, and that Joseph of Arimathea used to collect Jesus' blood at his crucifixion with it.
Ooh.
Inside the immense Vatican archive is evidence of an ancient, highly advanced civilization who were worshipped as God, called the Viracochas. Viracochas. The documents and artifacts left behind are detailed evidence of insane technology that would probably blow our minds, and not to mention the lost histories of the Viracochas, which God only knows how far that could stretch. Now again, all this is speculation, because only a handful of people in all of history know what's down there. But the one thing I would be most interested to see if I was given permission would be the alien bones.
Ooh.
That'd be fucking cool to see.
Yeah, this is one of the stories that I heard from the Vatican is that whoever the Pope was at the time, he gave a speech, and because there were so many rumours that they'd found alien life, and he made a speech and said that he wanted to be the first ever Pope to baptise an alien.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. And I just thought, like, what? Like,
That's so surreal.
kind of- yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and I was like, did it happen?
That's so
Did he
like
do it?
human, isn't it? Like a being has come from a different universe. You're like,
just to be
This is our
baptized.
religion. Have it.
Imagine this massive headed alien just being baptized by the Pope.
Yeah.
No.
I was like allergic to water, like. Oh, now we have the bones. Chuck them down there. That's so fucking funny, though, isn't it? I want to baptize something from a completely different galaxy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first Pope to do that. Yeah, I'm not doing.
Just imagine this alien sat in church like, what the mother?
What is
Do
this?
this every Sunday.
We eat crackers and drink weak wine? What the fuck's going on here? So, the link between the Vatican and aliens is constantly being discussed. In the 1920s, Heinrich Ludwig, I think I pronounced that properly, Ludwig, who was a Russian professor, actually read some of the hidden text, and he described these star people that came to Earth on crafts and taught us how to build pyramids, which is a subject for another day. But Gingrich mentioned that they had weapons that melted the walls of Babylon.
Oh.
Wow.
So that could be, that's what nothing like, they think they've got rid of all like these books and different parts of the Bible to like just cover up random history. I don't know why they would, but
Wow.
obviously you look at the pyramids, there's no way they were built
That's for another
3,000,
time.
yeah, you know what I mean?
But
Well, so I don't know about the pyramids because at the time, everyone was a slave.
yeah,
Literally,
would
you
have done
had the biggest like we've seen gladiators,
Mm.
right? And they were massive and they were made to fight like lions.
yeah.
And then you go to Egypt and you've got all of these massive men from everywhere who are slaves. And at that time, literally men could do stuff that men nowadays can't because, you know, they had pure strength and they didn't have a choice and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So is it not possible that like all these slaves could have built them? Is it not?
No.
Not at all?
Because engineers have looked into it and they've been like, because some of the stones weigh 80 tons each. So in order to get
Hell.
that many people to lift it, they've measured it. It was like in the thousands per stone, which is not enough surface area for you to lift it.
Yeah.
And if you had a slope, it covers like 1,000 miles for the gradient to be where it gets to. Because there's these 80-ton stones at the top of it, and
Yeah, that is wild.
and again, like the slaves, they're completely malnourished. They are fucked. They lived off nothing. They had no water. So they're just like, to build something that specific, which matches like the star signs
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah.
grid in the sky, like,
It's like the
and then Mexico to do the same thing at the same. Well, I think Mexico was earlier as well, actually.
yeah.
But it's
Really?
yeah. So the Aztecs obviously done that before that,
Mm-hmm.
and I think if you were to go through like the rainforest in Amazon, you would find more pyramids and bits like that there, and like different
Wow.
ancient things that have been covered up. But this is, I think Joe Rogan was on about this. There must have been like a full like timeline before ours that's just been gone, like just got rid of.
Wiped out,
Yeah. So they reckon they might have gone so far advanced, maybe not like have so much technology, but they have like better weapons,
Yeah.
and it just went too far and just wiped out
Yeah.
everything.
Think
Started
about
again.
what Michelangelo invented.
Christ, yeah.
I mean, so far beyond his time.
Same with Da Vinci.
It happened. Yeah, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci was inventing flying machines
Yeah,
back in the 1400s,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that is insane.
what else? It is a tank
Yeah.
he was trying to build.
Did he walk on water? Did he have boots? Or he had like these things that you... I don't know. I
wouldn't
don't know
put
if
it
that's
past
true,
him.
but he had something that he could walk on water with.
Honestly, with that man, the things I've heard, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like
Yeah.
the way, I think he was the first man to use colour in a certain way, because back then everyone was taught by an artist, and they were all in the class, and they had to do everything very, very strict and do all things at the same time, and he was the only one that like, broke out of it, and then he was doing things that no other artist could do, and then he was just like an absolute madman genius.
Wow, that is wild. Wild.
Wow.
Wow,
Unless you had giant slaves.
that's another thing.
Yeah, see, there's another thing. The giants exist.
Because there's been giant bones that have been found.
Yeah. What are the giants called that are in the Bible? There were some mentioned that
Big uns.
them big boys.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I
numbers.
heard there was something about.
Oh, it's
I
gonna.
can't remember. I have read the Bible when I was very young. I don't
Every
remember
night
it.
before bed.
I do not remember my Sunday school days.
No, I didn't. What the fuck were they called? I don't remember that.
I'll see if I can Google it in a minute.
Yeah, it's worth a Google.
Worth a
Just
Google.
put in
Bible giants.
Bible giants. That's it. Nephilim.
Nephilim.
The Nephilim giants, yeah. So now I have a question for you two. Without any information, if you were allowed to go to the most secret part of the Vatican, would you go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you wouldn't be like, I might not make it out. I might be down there, might be a trap.
Make it out.
You know.
They're not going to let you see it and then let you out. But do you know what? Fuck it.
You'd be like,
I think I haven't got anything to my name.
Yeah.
So if I go missing, it's not
I've got
the end
no
of the
money. There's nothing to leave behind.
No money's got.
sorry, Shelby.
It's got no, I mean, I know Shelby will be alright though. Because
Yeah,
if I go,
Zero will be fine.
exactly.
Rich will move on. You know?
Yeah.
I think I'll probably do the same as you, but I'll probably be like, I'll think it over and be like, oh my god, because it could be like a really. If this is the devil's down there, you're in a pretty bad place to get out.
Yeah, but is it like you can go down there, have a look around, and then come out, or is it you go down there and you just do it?
That's it. They haven't told you any information. They said, do you want to come and see the most secret part of the Vatican? You've just got to go and hope you trust them.
I'd ask the question and be like, oh, can I go home after? No.
They won't tell you.
It'll be like, Barbara, so you did specify when or where.
Yeah, literally be like,
When? Where?
Literally, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
no, my luck would just be like something completely pointless, like a picture of Sam Smith or something. I'm like, oh my
What, dressed
fucking.
as the devil?
Oh no.
Or what's the picture that came out recently?
The one with angel's wings on.
Yeah.
What, Sam Smith?
Yeah.
With angel wings?
They did a portrait. They put it in the London. I think it was the Met Gala or
Art gallery
yeah.
or something.
Come on, guys. Do you know what? If you don't believe in God, maybe stop messing with the devil and stop messing with angels.
Mm-hmm.
Because to some people, they have a relevance.
Yeah.
So maybe just like you do it.
There's some random fucking asshole on
You're gonna
angel
dress
wings.
as a chubby little angel. Sorry, Sam Smith, but come on. Jeez.
Stop ruining my
Oh,
life.
he's such a
I
ninny.
think he knows what he's doing. Though,
He does. I
so.
think he's so aware of it. He's just like, oh, can I stay relevant in my gimp suit?
Literally, nothing's happened since then. So
Yeah.
yeah, again, that's what I mean. There is insane amounts of stuff to unpack. There's
There is, and obviously we had the massive scandal that
Yeah.
happened because of Pope. Was it Pope Benedict that got caught with it? So his assistant had basically worked with him for a very long time. Oh, Gabriel Pablo, something like that. That was his name.
yeah,
And he kept a load of information from the Vatican, and slowly he started removing paperwork from the Vatican and sending it out. And it was because there were so many just bad things happening, and mostly because of the attacks on the kids. Because Pope Benedict moved a bunch of priests that were obviously paedophiles and moved them into basically where they had they could get to a bunch of deaf kids. And they hurt like 100 of these deaf kids,
yeah,
which is
Fucking hell.
awful. Like that's all of them in the school.
yeah.
And obviously that came out, and that was a humongous scandal, and everyone just stopped trusting the church after
Oh,
that.
fucking right.
Yeah.
The thing was, if you go back, and this isn't excusing anything, obviously if you're a pedo, just I don't want to say, but
Just die,
do things. But back then, paedophilia and being gay were exactly the same.
Oh, really?
And they basically thought if you were gay, then you were a paedophile. So when it came to the church, this is like way back when, but in like the 1800s or something, being a priest was like being a celebrity.
Yeah.
And also with that, you didn't have to get married. So if you were gay, you were going to be a priest, basically. And with that, if you were a paedophile as well, you're going to become that because you know, you're close to them. So that's how the gay and the pedo came entwined.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen adverts from like the 60s where it's like, if you see a homosexual, you keep your little boy away. And it's like, hang on a second, they're completely different things.
Yeah.
But they were the same sort of sin.
Yeah.
So you would get the same punishment for being gay as you would being a pedo. It's how those things got entwined, and then obviously the church went off, and it was like, because there were so many gay priests.
I don't trust the church
They
anyway.
didn't have to get married, so it kind of made sense for them.
Yeah. There's some, I can't remember what group it is now, but they're like the highest order of priesthood or whatever. There's some guys that have never seen a woman because they're not allowed to in their religion. So there's I can't remember his name now. I think he's in his 80s or early 90s. He's not ever seen a woman, not once, not a little girl, anything.
Met his, is it family? Can you meet his mum?
No. He's not, he's sworn life is that.
That's mad. That is
Maybe
mad.
it's like when they hit puberty, or maybe they got taken away from their mothers, or is it literally?
No, they haven't seen a woman.
That's so weird.
have not seen it, so they're taken away.
That's kind of like, as a man, you should be able to look at a woman and feel nothing. Like, that's more of a test, because then when you see a woman, you're like, oh my god, a woman!
Yeah.
But they're just normal things.
It's like
so you should just be like, here's a woman.
How did
Deal
they
with
get
it.
into the, like, religion? Because obviously, most religions, you're, like, born into it, aren't you? So, like, his dad must have seen his mum to produce him.
No, so maybe like he was abandoned, left somewhere, and then they took him in as a baby because
the church take the abandoned children.
Yeah,
or the orphans.
And then maybe they thought he was like a good subject for it, so they just kept him going.
This probably was just literally the church that they got taken under.
Yeah,
like this kid's abandoned. Okay, we'll take him.
Yeah.
There's the other big scandal was the Vatican girl. It's called the Vatican Girl, and it's a documentary about a girl who went missing, and eventually came out that something happened in the Vatican. I don't know everything about it actually, but it's been the case has been reopened in the last few years.
Good.
Yeah, I always like it when they're reopened, although I feel like they should never have been closed.
No.
But yeah, that one's one to look into.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, we'll probably do another chatty. We say this with every episode that we do. Hit your teeth.
No, I slept.
Oh. Yeah, we say this with everything, but we've got so much shit to talk about that we haven't come back round yet.
Yeah.
But we will be doing like repeated episodes and different stories about each subject, basically.
Yeah.
Updates.
Vatican's still there.
We'll be there for another at least 5 years. Personally, I didn't really know much about the Vatican or what it was, to be honest. I know it was a religious thing. That's as far as I knew.
That's an understatement.
But to me, that's what it was. It was just a religious, like, it was just a big church.
To me, it's just like, just amazing because there's like so many crazy stories, and they'll forever be crazy stories. But
yeah, I feel like I need to have an evening of scrolling through TikTok for everyone's telling me stories about the Vatican.
Oh, there's loads and loads. That's what I mean. It's endless. So you start getting on like one story, and then you start finding out about another thing at the same time. You're like, God, what do I pick? Because there's like, I could sit for like 4 hours like talking about this easily.
Yeah, I think the graveyards are interesting that they have. It's just built on like loads and loads of graveyards. If you go down deep enough, there's a pagan graveyard that it's built on.
Yeah, that's that 2,000-year-old one under the basilica.
It's mad, completely mad.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I'll wrap that one up because we've got a bit more information, and Sammy's got her little story to tell.
There's not much to it at all, honestly.
You might have heard of it.
No, just a random dude who sang every now and again. Yeah, well, thanks for watching and listening, and hope to see you on the next series. And please try and join the group because we need to talk to some random people about spooky stuff, please.
On Facebook, you mean?
Yeah.
Because we tried to post on there and like get some spooky conversations going. I can't remember where I was going with that.
just that.
Yeah. Tamsin is still not a member of it.
No,
so
I'm
don't
not.
worry.
Right?
This is the thing. Try and beat her to it. She's gonna not be a member for probably, I would say,
her life.
A year.
I probably will be, because I literally every time I leave here, I'm like, right, I need to go on Facebook and join that group, and then I pick up my phone and I'm like, oh, who's texted me? What's that?
Literally, her mum is more of a active member than her.
She loves it.
Good.
She loves it.
I'm glad she does. We do it for her. Cool. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you, and you'll hear us next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.